You heard us talk about Powers of X number 3 and House of X number 3. Now we're getting into Powers of X number 4. And I do believe I am correct in saying that it is a doozy. Me and Miles talk about a lot that's going on in this issue. Spoilers as always, but let's get into it. Back to the Hickman X-Men universe, the Children of the Atom. This is a podcast called Fresh. House of X number 4.
It's a podcast called Fresh, and you better not let that door slam.
Welcome back to a podcast called Fresh. So, we appreciate y'all riding with us so far this episode. And now we're getting to House of X number 4. And there's no smiles and games, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the most crucial issues in X-Men history.
And it's the most crucial episodes, too.
Yeah, that's true. All I do is podcast, man. All I think of is episodes now.
Yeah, I feel you.
So when we last left y'all, we straight up told you that Erasmus blew up himself and a portion of Project Achilles in order to affect the Shi'ar plane that the X-Men arrived in. So now we get to see the X-Men team that is on the ground level.
What's going on there. 1 second, though. Before we get to that, I gotta repeat what I sent you earlier.
No, go ahead.
Scarlet Witch, baby, no! Oh,
she's a pretender.
Dog, they got the list of people who killed the most mutants. Number 1 is Trask. Number 2 is Wanda Maximoff.
Yeah. Wiped out everybody.
Oh,
no cares.
No care. Oh, that check is just, I saw that and I was just reading it. I just literally was like, oh man, that's not a good look. I wanted to dispute it. I wanted to be like, but no, she literally said no more mutants. And
that's something we're going to have to go back and cover, just that issue alone, where that was finally said. Cause, we do all this X-Men stuff and anyway, let's just put it down that we're going to talk about that issue.
Of course, you already know it.
Especially because of how much meaning it has on these X-Men issues now. So how about this team that is with Professor X and Magneto at Krakoa, man?
I will say this. Times change. Places change. People change. Storm doesn't age.
Hell no, man. Black don't crack and neither does a X-Men goddess.
She really might be a goddess, dog. But this just, man, the whole team, I don't know, man. This new Cerebro they got is low-key creepy as hell.
Oh, yeah. 100%. But how about my man Hank? Over by the computers and stuff, and then of course Professor X calling him Henry, and then Beast comes out with the wit. He's like, "Thank you, sir. It's easily my third best feature." Talking about the head on his shoulders, man. And this is like the only bit of levity we get, so we're gonna enjoy it for this moment.
Yeah, you better eat that up, man.
And then Storm takes the waters, man, and just starts. She's literally broadcasting faces from across the galaxy, and they immediately jump in, and they're like, "Archangel and Husk are dead."
Instantly.
Right. There was nothing about anything, like no helping them, no last gasp, no heroic act. They died.
They died in an explosion.
Like Cyclops is literally holding his best friend from when he was younger in his arms.
It's just and kudos. I'm sorry, man. I'm bad. Kudos to whoever who did the art, my man who did the art. Your name's escaping me right now. I know I gave you a shout on Twitter. Just the you can almost hear the alarms going off and the panic and everything just in the scene.
Pepe Larraz.
Yeah, kudos to you, Pepe, because like, dog, it's just, you can see the fire, the sparks. It's just, oh man, it's like the first thing you see is like you panic. I had to stare at it and take it in before I started reading stuff.
Wolverine's arm.
Yeah, Wolverine is just holding his arm, which is just barely hanging on. Mystique is just covering up Husk, because there's no even point even dealing with this. She's just done. Mm-hmm. And it's just, man, and then just my man Wolverine, such a G. My man said, we playing for blood. It's like, we should try now. We got to finish this now, dude. That's why he's the best he is at what he does, man.
Next panel, I love how Cyclops is literally closing Angel's eyes.
Yeah.
But then because of the way they drew it up, it almost looks like classic, like Cyclops in a way, because it's that blue and that black. And it's like, man, he looks like he's in an old uniform. I like that little callback there.
Yeah,
but
it is kind of
Nightcrawler
sweet.
gets to work. Nightcrawler gets to work and starts bamfing dudes where they need to be.
Injury and all.
Yeah, he's internally bleeding. And Jean and your girl.
Monet,
yes. Jean and Monet stay back with the ship. And I mean, like, she literally, like, they start getting into the Shi'ar plane, and Monet says, you're going to escape pod, and you gotta stay connected to Krakoa, man. Now, one thing that bothered me is they took Jean out of the playing field pretty quickly. Now, is there any kind of reasoning for that you can enlighten me on?
Well, that's my next thing, because I was thinking, well, I guess they had to take her out of the... I don't get it, because it seems like she's your strongest telepath.
Right.
So you would need her there, but then again, I guess all things considered, even if they win and die, you at least want Jean to let them know back on Earth what happened, I'm guessing. But I don't know. I figured you would have wanted her on the ship. I mean,
I didn't know if she was depowered or something and wasn't as strong as she was like previously since she's come back. So I wasn't quite sure on that, especially with her being dressed as Marvel Girl.
And that's what confused, because if she's the same Jean from, spoiler alert, I was reading the X-Men Red. She just peeped that. She said the Phoenix was holding her psychic powers back. She was like, she doesn't know what she can do now, because she can do damn near anything. So if this is the same Jean, which I don't know, and there's a lot of stuff that's happened between here and there, but she didn't seem real, like, powerful. Like, yeah, I guess like you were saying, it just had to be like Marvel Girl or something like that. I don't know, but that is an interesting question.
And then they immediately, as soon as everybody starts landing safely, like, Raven is literally about to get to her control collar, and then they're like, oh, here's some space.
Yeah. Also, here's another good quote I like, that everybody, they show everybody going through beating people's ass. It's a heap of people on the ground that Wolverine kills in front of the lever that he had to pull. Then they show Nightcrawler running away from the lever he pulled. Just two people tied up.
Yeah. Different styles, same results.
And Nightcrawler has a sword on his back. Yeah, it's just, oh man, just the whole escape pod thing. And then they had to go, and just how everybody played their part. Mm-hmm. And it was dope. And I like how it wasn't on some stupid, I'm taking this L because they don't have another part for me later in the story. M made a good point. If they don't find somebody, they're going to immediately go looking, then they're going to find us. It is going to be over. Somebody's got to be here. Yeah. Like Bane, they need a body.
100%, man. And even when they realized, like, after they lost Mystique, man, and that's 3 people down from this mission, like, they literally said, like, Jean says, we don't know what to do. And then Xavier says, do whatever it takes. And then Jean says, you get that, Scott? And then Mother Mold starts coming online, of course. And then Scott, yeah, he literally...
I like how they made that decision look so hard.
And easy at the same time, though.
It was logical. It's only, it was hard because, like, it is dope, because this is one thing, y'all listening to us, we're going to give you the context within the stuff. Now, you may not have said it in words, but the thing they was trying to show is, as a leader, it's the easy choice. It's the smart choice. And the thing they had one more thing to release. And the only way they could do that was for Nightcrawler to teleport him and Wolverine out onto this thing, which is orbiting the sun.
Right.
And cut it off. So Cyclops, they're telling Cyclops, it's gotta be done, dog. We can do it. And just, they show him looking at the window and just balling, like, he just balled his fist up. Go ahead and do it. And then the scene after it. Oh man, I just love how, as soon as I read this junk, I hit my man Kales up and I was like, I'm Wolverine, you're Nightcrawler. He was like, I don't get it. Why? Just keep reading, dog. It'll make sense. It's just dope because it was like, it was a very manly, sensitive moment.
It was.
Because Wolverine was just paused and Nightcrawler was like, you ready? Wolverine's like, gotta ask, what somebody like me should be expecting in the afterlife, And Nightcrawler, which I thought was so dope, he ain't home. He said it real nice. Oh, you worried about your soul, which low key was him saying, You scared to die, ain't you? And then he's like, well, yeah, I just want to know what to expect. And I thought it was so dope because, like we said earlier, Nightcrawler is a priest. And he cut him the realest shit ever. I'm going to be real with you, dog. I don't know what's on the other side. But I make you one deal. After you, he said, when you get there, I'll be there waiting for you. And then which is basically as a best friend, all you can do. He offered that man some solace. And then once you see the next page, like if you end this page feeling sorry for Wolverine, because it always comes down to Wolverine making the suicide Hail Mary play. It's always him running the old school HB option run to the right. And, it's always on him. So it's like you feel bad, like, dang, all the chips are on the table, blah, blah, blah. And this is not like, oh, we're dealing with this. We're dealing with the sun. There's no healing back from that. And then it's like, dang, I feel sorry for Wolverine. It sucks that he got to make that play. And then the next page, it's just, you see them bamf out of the thing that's orbiting the sun into out. Nightcrawler vaporizes instantly.
Immediately.
Instantaneously, immediately. Like, so like, blah, all you just see is his skeleton just going up. And as Wolverine is still, credit to who he is, as he's still doing what he's doing, cutting this thing down, his body is just melting away as he's cutting this beam. And here's the ill part. Something stops his arm. Mother Mole comes online. And this to me, and stop me if I'm talking too much here, sir.
No, go ahead.
This to me, I think was dope, poetic, and also scary. Mother Mole said, if man made me, then man is a god, and you are the old titans. And then this is the part that got me. We have judged, and I found you both lacking. He said, I've taken what I need, and I will use what I've got from you to destroy you both. As Mother Mole falls into the sun.
Yep.
Which also led me to believe Mother Mole was the one who tipped off the X-Men.
Oh.
Because even then, you got to think the people on the ship was asking who told them.
Wow.
So and nobody was there.
So you're trying to say it was already sentient before it even came online in this issue?
That's what I'm trying to think, because how would it immediately come online and spit that out immediately? It wasn't even online for it was just they just turned it on. And she was saying, "You don't know, it could be insane." Now the whole point is stopping the Nimrod. Now y'all didn't read it. Of course, it sounded like two people talking about something they read, because it's what the hell it is.
Podcast Gone Fresh.
Podcast Gone Fresh. But anyway, the whole point was that they found out, and it's messed up, and I think, I'm going to get on a little bit later about the whole thing. I think the movies and what they can learn from this. The whole point, they don't know how, they don't know all the this is and that, but they know as soon as a Mother Mole comes online, they don't know how, they don't know why, Nimrod becomes online in the future. So they said they have to stop Mother Mole, but even by destroying it, it still came online. So with that right there, we don't know what it means, but like I peeped that out reading it like the other day, and they were saying who tipped them off. And the lady whose husband who died, she thought it was Mother Mole. And she's like, it could have been Mother. Oh no, you're crazy, this and that. But yeah, that's that, because you got to think.
I missed that.
But yeah, you got to think about it. It had to be a lie for them to have made a choice and say, oh, both of you suck.
Right. Yeah, that I'm going to be up later now thinking about that. So thank you, Maps.
And then, that's the thing I love about this. They give you information, but don't really give you information. Just like I said earlier when I was wondering who was that Black Tom Cassie. Oh no, Cypher died, and now Cypher's in Krakoa's body, which is the last piece of it left in that part in the future. Mm-hmm. And it's so much stuff that you got to go back and read. That's why, like I say, he gives you, just from the maps and the graph, so much information, man. But yeah, after this, man, it's just... I had to have the drink after this shit.
I don't blame you, because what happens is after Wolverine makes ultimate sacrifice, Mother Mole and Wolverine both die. Scott says, bravest men I know, and then he starts pitching that hero stuff. He's like...
He was talking that good shit.
You're going to have to hold it together, then we're going to drift back to Earth. Pretty terrible company. He's making jokes, even though all their friends just died, and then zap, 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 zap. Like he's caught up. And then he says to Jean, he said, I'm not going to make it, man. And then Erasmus's wife, whatever her name is, I'm sorry, I didn't write down names. You take notes, and I'm going off the top.
Hey, it's cool.
She blasts him and blows his head off, man. And then 2 seconds later, the Sentinels have been activated that's been chasing X-Men this whole time. They catch up with Jean.
Man. Here's another thing with that.
Yeah.
With that, they had sent those Sentinels when they first saw they came, but they was like, they'll get here too late. And the thing I think was dope about the whole scene, like you were saying, and it was like, cause I don't know about you, I'm assuming we kind of the same in this. My like when Kurt and Wolverine made that call, my shields, it's not even my shields up, they were like just knocked down. They were just destroyed. I was just like, I just couldn't even handle that. But then after that, and you see Cyclops, and it's like, I can believe in Cyclops. Yeah, he's talking that good shit. Yeah, worst case scenario, you might have to hold the escape pod together with your mind with no food or water. It'll be all right. We'll just this and that and blah. Pow! Old girl was like, yes, that's you full of nanites. They're not gonna kill you, but it's gonna make you so you can't use your powers. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Jean. Just go ahead. I'm not gonna make it. On that, they'll take me prisoner. And he's like, I don't know. You say, do what you want. I don't know what taking me prisoner is gonna do. Old girl said, bitch, you killed my husband. I'm not taking no prisoners. Not today. Wow. And then you just see, she shoot him, and then you just see, which is actually worse than actually seeing him shot, the visor just broken, and Jean just screaming, no! Yep. And then Jean, poor Jean, dog. She did not deserve to go out like she did. She was alone in the escape pod, and all of the working Sentinels that were terraforming Mars caught the escape pod. And the last thing you see of her is a Sentinel breaking through the hull with his face, which is the size of her body, in her face. And she making the most bitched up move. And I can't even call it bitched up because at that point, and they just crush her and they kill her. And then you just see Professor X just, No more, man. So that brings us to the end of House of X number 4. We're going to take a quick break and then come back and get out of here, end y'all with a happier note. Yeah, a little bit. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back and say that and peace out on y'all, man. But go read these books immediately. Please, if not, at least wait for the trade paperback. I understand y'all don't like buying single issues. I'm with you. But at least buy the trade paperback. And if we listen to this, we say it's trouble. You like it, we give you the good pieces. You go read the story. Please believe, we all leaving stuff out. So, yes, there's a lot. Yeah, a lot going on. But we'll be right back. Peace.
My daddy's podcast is called Hyphenation. It's the world's greatest podcast. Barack Obama approved. On Hyphenation, my daddy talks about all kinds of cool things. And sometimes I'm on the podcast too. Sometimes he has his friend Marcus on. Sometimes he stays up really late and he's tired the next day. But it's worth it. But he loves this podcast and I love his podcast. So I really want you to listen to Hyphenation so Daddy doesn't get sad. He really doesn't get sad though because he has me. Oh wait, please listen to Hyphenation. Thanks y'all. I love the podcast, so please try to join. But if you know him.
Perfect. Thank you.
Can we hear it now?
We are the guys that do their job. Y'all must be the other guys. It's a podcast called Fresh Bitches.
We are back. Podcast called Fresh.
Yes, sir.
Podcast Network.
And group.
Either or. We own them both. It don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But, bringing this X-Men thing to an end. Mm-hmm. For now, but I hope y'all enjoying this and just I'm hoping a lot of y'all picking up on the subtle nuances. I've been hearing a lot of little hate online, and I get it because one thing I'm hearing online about it is that this is dope, but this is comics. Is this going to be real consequences? Because, but then again, also another thing that got me thinking about this, dog. If y'all listening to me, Disney machine, don't let the Avengers outdo X-Men when it comes to time travel. Like, really, I've been reading a lot of this stuff, dog, and like, seriously, like, I think another reason, like, I was, and I'm about to, for my Jean Grey episode, we're going to give a dressing down of the Dark Phoenix movie. That movie it was offensively bad. We're going to get into that later. I'm not going to get into that now. Just letting you guys know.
That's another day. We've already been hard enough on you this episode.
Yeah. Just let you know, we're working on stuff and everything, but just like, also, Nightcrawler, great character. Glad Cyclops getting his due.
Yes.
And, even, I'm pretty sure that, I'm laughing because I know Handsome Bane is probably mad somewhere that Wolverine died in his son.
He's like, he always gets to die in the sun. There's nothing that he doesn't get to do. Why wasn't it Cyclops?
God, do you know if I could take this comic book back in time, how many childhood arguments I would have ended instantaneously? Pick your favorite team. Wolverine and Sabretooth. You can't beat me. No, you can't. I'll put you at the bottom of the ocean. He'll just heal back.
Yep.
So I was like, how'd he die? The sun.
Nothing stops the Wolverine, man.
Nothing stops. Side note, I wonder what happened to Juggernaut in the future.
Yeah, we haven't seen him at all. So that's a good question. It's a real good question. And that's a question that hopefully gets answered in these next issues, man, because Powers of X4 is going to drop this week. And then we go back to House of X5 after that. I think, let me check the reading order real quick. Let me scroll up. Here we go. We got Powers of X number 4, then we got House of X5, and it just alternates the rest of the way, and then we end with Powers of X6 in October. So we're going to be here with you for the rest of this ride for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And beyond.
And then we're going to be going back and, give, and of course, if you want to send us an email, a podcastcalledfresh@gmail.com. Send us an email, ideas, whatever, not all three of you at once.
Oh. It's 4 now. It's 4.
So yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, someone else told me they listened to us.
But yeah, also, my man, who's my man, Ward Burglar. What's up, man? Also, this is the beginning of the episode. What up to my man, Open Mike Eagle? I told him on the Twitter, because he was looking for comic book podcast, and I told him I put it on Esther Roll. Esther Roll's two levels. I could have went higher than that. Felicia Rashad and Anita Baker. But I didn't want to do
Esther Roll.
Oh, no, I love me some Esther Roll. I'm just saying I went almost as high as I could. I didn't want to oversell it, which I don't think is possible.
Right.
I said, and then he said, oh, well, you don't take that lightly. I'm like, nah, I don't play with Esther Roll. Pound for pound, I guarantee y'all this is the best you're going to hear. You know what I'm saying? So.
You know how some people could help us not be taken lightly?
Yeah.
They could go to Apple Podcast and they could give us 5 stars, man.
Please. 5 stars and reviews also.
And review.
Please.
And subscribe and tell your mailman and your gardener, because we know y'all got money, be buying all these comic books. So, yeah, just let people know. And if you just hit those 5 stars and give us a review, we greatly appreciate it, man.
And not just iTunes. We everywhere.
Yeah, we on all kinds of platforms.
Anchor, Spotify, I think we on YouTube. We like everywhere. So just a podcast called Fresh. Check us out. And, give reviews. And also tell people. And also, I forgot. I don't know if we said. I think we said it. Subscribe. I need you to subscribe. Please. That's just very, very important, man.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I'm saying? And share. And let everybody else know so we can keep doing what we're doing like we're doing it for TV.
Doing it for TV. I'm your hype man.
Yeah, I peep that. So, I know what it is. We're going to have to close this out. Let me just say this before I leave. It's been a crappy week for me. I wanted to do this at the beginning, but I didn't want to be all emotional and going and talking to the X-Men shit.
Maps, do you need a hug?
I'm going to hug me some wine. But,
there you go, man.
But yeah, I just this weekend it was, anniversary of my niece passing, and I was just kind of, this whole, like I was telling my man Kels, just kind of out of it, And for me, it just reminded me, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, the Hulk versus movie with Hulk versus Wolverine or Hulk versus Thor. And I used to watch that with her, and she used to think it was funny. I would cry laughing watching Hulk versus Wolverine, the part where he beats him with the rock. And he goes, Hulk smash little man leave Hulk alone. And that was so funny to me because he knocked Wolverine out, then punched him in the face till he woke up. And then, so like, it just, my niece at the time had never heard of the Hulk or anything. And she just thought the whole premise was dope. It was like, so he's normally a weak guy. No, he's normally a weak, smart guy. One of the smartest in the world. But if you piss him off, he fucks everybody up. So he kind of does what I feel. I know. It's why he's awesome, isn't he? Yeah. We got to watch Avengers. That's one thing we watched, and she liked it. And she was just, it was weird because she was as hype as I was to see Hulk on TV. So it was kind of like a first for her and a first for me. But the thing that before she passed, she was telling me like, man, I wish there was some female superheroes. I'm like, some? What are you talking about? I'm like, what kind of power superheroes are you looking for? And she was like, nah, not Wonder Woman. She's kind of whack. And I'm like, all right, what you want? Somebody who beat people's ass. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's what's up. So who you looking for? She was like, somebody like the Hulk, but a girl. I'm like, if only there was some kind of She-Hulk.
Named Jennifer Walters.
Yeah,
maybe.
She was like, yeah. So I told her, and she was just like, really? Oh my God, this is so sweet. And I just told it to her, and I'm like, it's just, before she had passed, and before she passed, I was trying to get some She-Hulk comics together to get to her. And it's just crazy now, I was looking at this and this weekend, I was just like, oh man, I'm in my feelings. But I'm dedicating this episode to her and my uncle who passed, and quite as kept for what both of them both made me want to start getting back into comics. My Uncle Rich, me and him, we used to talk, and I would just tell him, we would just talk about just comics that could be movies.
Yeah.
So like, they could do this. Oh, they could do that. And someone's supposed to play this. Yeah, someone's supposed to play that. And he is the only person I knew who, my age. I'm 36. He's a little bit older than me. And he collected toy cars, and we used to play video games and stuff. And it was just like, oh, okay. Because, I had a couple kids. I'm thinking like, maybe I'm too old for this shit. But I'm not ready to be like my dad sitting back reading Dean Koontz books and watching the news. And I'm like, I still like reading comics and playing video games. And he still remembered all that. So this episode is dedicated to my niece Sarafina and my uncle-in-law, Rich.
Yeah, and I think they would appreciate the fact that you've gotten my ass to keep reading comic books now, because I was out. I was all the way out. But you drug me back in.
Oh, man, you got it. I like to think, it's worth it. And I think, that's one thing I've seen people. They say I'm super talented, but I know it's tough for times I've talked to people and made them want to read books. And just a lot of stuff, like when I break down stuff, like we talked about the books, and there's a lot of stuff, like that one scene with Cyclops and, Wolverine. I know we got to hurry up and get about here. Wolverine and Nightcrawler. And that's why I'm glad we do what we do, because the history in that one page, like reading it, I just went back through all that stuff, just like when we talked about again, and we really got it, cause we keep referencing, well, I guess I keep referencing this shit, that Wolverine, Nightcrawler thing, how he was trying to tell them, I forgot, I don't know if them dudes was pedophile, whatever they was, the ring of people, I think they was abducting kids or something, and he was trying to tell him, tell me how to do this so I don't have to kill these people. And it got to the point where like, he was like, I can't tell you to kill them, but I don't know another way.
Yeah.
And it's just dope how, like, even though, that's to me, I think, which is epitomizes a great friendship. You really may be who you are. I am who I am. I can't do what you do. You can't do what I do. But they meet together in the middle. And if you like, it's funny, when they first met, they wasn't that cool. And after a while, he's calling him the elf and all this and stuff. And then, it got to the point where he was the only person who could get through the Wolverine, just the character development, and even just for this to be Scott's last mission. And it's so fitting for it to be his last mission. And just how sad it was, the irony for all Marvel Girls' power, she went out defenseless. And how they played us that we all thought Mystique was going to double cross their ass. And she didn't.
She didn't get a chance.
Cause, see what I'm saying? But you see how when he was like, yeah, no flowers, I'm talking to you, Mystique. Yeah, my ears work.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, but anyway, we gotta get up out of here, yo. This man gotta wake up tomorrow, and I gotta yell at my kids for waking up early tomorrow. So,
absolutely, these are the things that we do when we're not on this microphone killing it. So,
full-time dads, husbands, and employees.
So, for Miles Amadeus Prower, aka Maps, and for myself, Kellen Conley, or Kells, as everybody else calls me. This has been a podcast called Fresh, or Tony Stank, thank you. And we appreciate y'all listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. blurred up.
Oh, you beat me to it, you
Thanks
bastard.
for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. This has been a Hyphen Podcast Network production.
They're the bestest. I'm getting paid at exposure.